I came here in an auto rickshaw from Mathura. This is about 6:30 am. I'm walking. I have Nokia E5 camera with me, nothing better. Added to this is the fact that I am not as much camera shy as I am a shy cameraman. I hope the viewers of this video will bear with the video despite the jerky visual field bobbing up and down as I walk. I am on Mathura Vrindavan road. I am walking towards the portal in front. I have no understanding of the structural geometry of the portal. Beyond that, the three spires pointing towards upward might be alluding to the three main principles of Hindu Trinity. I don't know what to expect beyond this portal. All I know is that I have to just move on and on, very much like playing by the ear. Being not a tourist, not a pilgrim, I simply want to have a feel of the nexus between Vrindavan and Gopij Krishna duality, then and now. Well, coming from Mathura, I am about to enter this part of Vrindavan from Mathura Vrindavan road through this portal. I am new to this place, no guide, no companion, and I hesitate much before asking for help, directions, informations, etc. I feel that I have none of the rights of a pilgrim here, not any of a tourist. In any case, in most situations I am generally introvert. But with so many people having common directions to move in, each enough on its own as a help, I don't have any plan. I don't know which temple I want to or do not want to visit. I don't know which road takes me where if I continue on that road. All I know is that most part of the area welcomes pilgrims in principle. Besides, there are many strategically set up directional signs above roads to guide you. Speaking for myself, first and last of all, I have always been close to the absolute, so no fear of getting lost, and no fear of even my life getting lost. I am walking on the land of Krishna, where he spent his young years doing unearthly things, things that can be seen as intro of what was to mark the end of a yuga. The end of a yuga. I do not know if it is pious or unpious of me to be here, moving on this land without the proper spirit of a pilgrim. I know I don't have much liking for formalities, and I have my own kind of arrogance and impudence and silence. And I have my own way of taking liberty with things. But at the same time, I have no disregard for those who practice formalities. No debate here. It is between Krishna and me. Now that I'm here, I want to see what kind of activities are going on in this special land of Kanha. Builders and developers trying to capitalize on what Vrindavan stands for: greenery, heart of divinity, and then many schools for children, and many mandirs and dharmshalas sheltering women of various kinds. In the auto rickshaw that brought me here, one of my co-passengers was keenly seeking directions to and information about the venue where Sulabh International is organizing marriages of Vrindavan widows. So I wonder if these women are not widows. Anyway, new temples are being erected here and there. Outsider influences are creeping into Vrindavan in the form of institutions and religious structures. By looking at the co-workers, I am not able to say what fraction is of local devotees and what of pilgrims coming from far from other parts of the nation. You see, this person in white saffron kurta and white lungi walking before me, just follow him with your eyes. Did you notice what he did? He very prudently saw to it that the holly tree was on his right as he passed by it. Now, having seen signs that the road I am walking on is called Parikrama Marg or Parikrama Road, I am able to make up my mind not to deviate much from this road for a long time and somehow keep on it to complete the Parikrama I have unknowingly undertaken. This is something I find suitable for my state of mind. Now, I am not going to feel at any point the dilemma of whether to move further on or to step back and return to Mathura. My route now being cyclic, by moving on, I am just coming back to where I eventually have to come back to do an auto ride to Mathura. This Parikrama road at least rescued me from further struggling to decide where to return from. And I am sort of feeling satisfied that I formally or informally, seriously or casually, I am going to complete something and am not going to abort. I tend to avoid abortion of any kind. Abortion on my part gives me a sense of guilt. It makes me have why did I start in the first place kind of haunting feeling. This parikrama is going to bring me to myself, disabling me to further roam about in confusion and frustration. As you can see, high trees, old trees, by the roads, off the roads, they all together give at least a hint of what the area would have been in the days of Krishna when there was no artificial structure but trees and trees with Yamuna still young coursing through. But my imagination fails to bring me a picture of what Vrindavan literally means, a forest of tulsi shrubs. I see a tulsi shrub here on the pavement and there by the curve. People offering flowers and prasads and obeisance to them and walking a few times around them. Random stray cows on the roads getting similar treatment. I am trying to sense the original Vrindavan spirit in the current urban and suburban morphology of the land, but I see history outside and the thought spirit only inside me. To get closer to the spirit of Vrindavan, I think I'll have to see some of the forests or groves, vans and upavans of Vrindavan. I can hear people chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Ram or Radhe Radhe or similar words as I walk with them or pass by them or as they pass by me. And then, an occasional ugly sight is not an impossibility here. On one stretch of the road, I saw a handsome, just past his teens lad with shoulder-length, shiny wavy hair and moustache and short beard in princely white costumes, tilak on his forehead, a neck scarf with Radhe Krishna printed all over, and its ends hanging in his front. He was driving his brand new open jeep too fast and too much swinging from side to side that all walkers sort of panicked. He looked more like a ragoon. It was past as a momentary dream by almost every walker, but it was a shocking and unbelievable sight for me. I stopped for a moment, following his vehicle with my eyes, not able to decide what to do, how to react, with virtually no power in hand. Many questions were coming to my mind simultaneously. Who could he be? Whose son? Whom does he mean to intimidate or impress, and why? What's the frequency of his coming on road like this? Is he endured by one and all in this part of the land? Is he aware that the road on which he is behaving like this is internationally respected? How come no authority is arresting his arrogance? Or is he a butterfly just out of his cocoon having no idea of the real world? What can be the cause of his elation turning into such insanity? But to my satisfaction, I found him arrogantly and confidently facing cops who had stopped him a couple of hundred meters ahead from where I first saw him. From this I knew his current incarnation was new to this road. My satisfaction was over the fact that at least he is not a universally endured bird here. Another instance of ugliness. A man with the appearance of a Hindu sadhu was being so foul-mouthed, every female organ, every female organ, and every aspect of private relationship so shamelessly placed on his dirty tongue that even shame would find no place to hide. I had never in my whole life, heard such invectives, such expletives before. I happened to have tears welling up in my eyes many times while walking on this land. The emotion responsible for this is not new to me. I know I get frequently overwhelmed by a mix of feelings of pathos, nostalgia, separation, and division. It has a lot to do with my bitter and sweet relation with Kana. It may be said that tears are not for men of might and courage. But what if my might and courage turns out to be disastrous for my near and dear ones? What if my righteousness means doom for my close ones? Bhishma cried the tears of this kind of helplessness many times. Transcending this kind of situation and state, you become sort of able to identify with the Krishna principle. But then, what's the ultimate purpose of all this drama and lila when your subjects are ultimately only puppets in your hands? Transcending the situation in its turn is something that takes you to the level of absoluteness, where even Krishna is a puppet in the hands of. At this level, resolution means dissolution, and high definition as well. This melting yields tears that are like water of Jamuna, Ganga, etc. So now with lachrymose eyes, I want to have darshan of Yamuna at this point. I am not sentimental otherwise than when I feel committed to others' unselfish, sublime feelings and attachment towards mutuality of identities. I know my austere aloofness from who has been interacting with me has chastising effect on them. It is painful for me to find my dear ones humiliatingly chastised or vainly punished. It is better to turn into lifeless stone or dirt than having to see such situations. So I am a devotee of mutuality of identities. What did Krishna do? Honored in every possible way the aesthetic senses of gopis, of his biological parents, of his foster parents, of each and every being in love with mutuality of identities. He honored the readiness to sacrifice life and self-reliant happiness for the sake of anything, any being. If you are ready to endure hell out of your love for attributes, for nature, etc., then you are the one who have the ultimate romantic relationship with Prakriti, nature, the essence of manifestation, the universal generic female being. You are Gopi, you are Krishna.
हाँ ये पुरी के वही विग्रह हैं जो 500 साल पहले आए थे बाबा को सपना आया था जो भोग है ये जगन्नाथ भगवान का यहाँ विराजे हैं ये शरबत वाला कार्यक्रम नहीं है
And now I'm in for something very curious.
माता जी इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, मैं नहीं समझा। हैं कुछ तो होगा इसका महत्व।
घर बना आगे जन्म में घर मिलेगी।
अच्छा ये बात है।
हाँ।
ओके। ये घर अगले जन्म के लिए घर की बात है।
अब तो भगवान जीत गया है, आगे सीखेगा।
हाँ समझ गया समझ गया। एक ईंट किसी तरह से रख देना चाहिए।
So this stack and piles of bricks by the side of this Parikrama Marg here has this meaning. If you somehow make a house here, you will secure a house for your next birth, as this old lady carrying this white bag on her back told me.
There's no food over.
क्या शरबत है?
After completing this informal, partly self-styled parikrama, which Krishna may not be happy with, I sort of feel I am free from all previous karma, as I have come full circle with nothing from the past saved to carry forward for my own sake. For the sake of beauty of sublime relationships, I needed fresh urge to live on, a new lease of life to dedicate to pure love of nature. And this is not all about absolute love. If you can sustain your relationship through the vanity of love, and vanity of sentiments, and vanity of sense of morality, you and your relationships are bound to rise above all sorts of annihilation and dissolution. If impurity or sutak, caused by a sense of serious and permanent loss, fails to push aside your dedication to the lost one, then this dedication is proven Shraddha. Shraddha. Shraddha transports an earthly relationship to heaven. Both or none. Both or none. This conditionality, this mutuality of identities is a matter of universal, cosmic concern and is timeless. None is not the last word for this kind of relationship.